So here we go then. It is crunch time in this group. It's crunch time in most groups if we're being totally honest. But now, Ghana, there is no more room for error. Errors were very costly in the AFCON qualification. So costly that the Black Stars won't play at the AFCON later this year for the first time in 20 odd years. They cannot afford to fumble the World Cup qualification as well. And it looks like they may have done that because that draw to Chad is really not good. That draw to Chad, if Ghana don't come first, that is the game that will ultimately cost them. But they can put things right in Accra in front of the home supporters against Mali. Now, Mali, of course, have never been to the World Cup. The nearly men of African World Cup qualifiers over the years. Remember, 4 years ago against Tunisia, that strange own goal and red card cost them in the two-legged playoff when they had Abdoulaye Doucouré. Abdoulaye Doucouré nowhere to be seen, can you believe, since that happened. But we shall wait and see how Mali get on this time round, because this is their last chance too, really. Uncle Tom Sanfé, has come in charge of Mali, and they've looked a lot better. They haven't lost a World Cup qualifier under him, and they did batter Comoros 3-0. Not an easy team to play against. That's a very convincing result, and that has put Mali right back in the mix. And of course, already at match day 8, we've seen Comoros play the Central African Republic in a neutral venue and win by 2-0. So Comoros are right back in the thick of it, and Central African Republic are now out of the running. So it is now between Ghana, Madagascar, Mali and Comoros. And I've got to say, if Mali win and if Madagascar win, which is not impossible, there'll be 1 point separating 4 teams with 2 games to go. It's not just the people of Mali that want the win, because a Mali win also helps Madagascar and also helps out Comoros. So everyone in that group is going to be rooting for the Black Stars to not be shining very brightly come Monday afternoon. This game in Accra for me is a must-watch, whether you're from Ghana, whether you're from Mali, or whether you're from anywhere in the world. You've got to tune in, because this could define the next year and a half of Ghanaian football. If they don't go to the World Cup after not going to the AFCON with a squad as good as that, with Kudus, with Semenyo, it would be a real tragedy, honestly. But you've got to have Ghana in the World Cup. It is such good vibes, seriously. Like, a World Cup without Ghana does not feel the same. We had it in Qatar, we had it in South Africa, of course. We had it even in 2014 as well. And also, to have no Nigeria and no Ghana at the World Cup would be a tragedy for West Africa. It really would. But I'm a bit negative there. Ghana are top of the group. Let's not forget this. And also, let's not forget that if Ghana do beat Mali at home, they'll pretty much be on their way to the FIFA World Cup. It's just a really difficult fixture. Ghana with a pot 2 team, remember, in this group. Mali, who are currently way down the table, with a pot 1 team. So Ghana have the destiny in their own hands, as Uncle Tom, the Mali manager, said. I like to call him Uncle Tom. What a job he did when he managed the Gambia, because Gambia went to the AFCON as an unknown quantity a couple of times in a row under Tom Sanfé, and what a job he did. He got out of the group stage on one of those occasions as well. What can he do with Mali? They look good. They look resurgent with Kamori Doumbia, with Nene. They've got some good players in there. Alou Dieng in the middle is a really good physical player. Ghana have got to have a much improved midfield against Mali, because the midfield was non-existent against Chad. Sure, Thomas Partey is going to have to come in for this one. Mali have got really good, strong physical midfielders. Alou Dieng's a very good midfielder. They cannot be messing about. They've got Hamore Traore at fullback. Mali are a good side. They've got Diakate in the defence, who plays in Portugal with Braga. They're a good side. They're an underrated outfit. So listen, Mali are no mugs. Ghana, there's got to be unity in that dressing room. They've got to put the pass behind them. Listen, it's a huge high-pressure game. Of course it is. But in Accra, with the fans, it's in their destiny. You win at home, you're almost at the tournament. If you don't win this game, you are opening the back doors for Madagascar and Comoros to give you trouble as well. And remember, Ghana have to play Comoros still in this group once again. And Comoros have already beaten Ghana once. Ghana want to be going into that Comoros game having already qualified for the tournament. Mali have to go and win. A draw looks good on paper. It's not a good result for Mali. Mali are going to go to Accra and try to win. So hopefully we're going to get an open, expansive, exciting game. But listen, if I was Ghanaian, I would be nervous, because they should have beaten Chad, and then this game wouldn't have really mattered that much, because they'd have had such breathing space at the top of the table. Now, you've got the pressure of Comoros' win. I'm telling you, Madagascar are going to beat Chad. Of course they're going to beat Chad. They're not going to mess it about. So Madagascar are going to be in the mix with the last 2 games to go. And, of course, You've got the second place teams that might get the playoffs. I think the way this group's going, you're almost certainly going to see a team that comes second get a playoff spot because there's far too many good teams, far too many points flying about. In terms of the game, I think it'll be a travesty if Ghana lost. I don't think Ghana are going to lose. I think it'll be like a 1-1 draw. I hope Ghana win because I'd like to see Ghana at the World Cup. I still think the likes of Jordan Ayew shouldn't be here. I mean, to be honest, I'm shocked Andre Ayew isn't here. Usually he's lurking about. He lurked about at the last AFCON. Look what happened when he came on against Mozambique. So I know people saying Jordan Ayew scored in the last game. It's not about that. It's not about that. You need fresh faces. I'd even rather see Afe Najan in here than Jordan Ayew, if I'm being totally honest. But let's see what Ghana do. Defensively and in the midfield, there will be questions asked after the Chad performance. I'd like to see them just, with their fans, go at it. Play attacking football. If you're going to concede 1 or 2, fine, but score 3 or 4. Like we saw in the last international break back in March. Free-flowing football when Ghana thrashed Chad and looked really good. So anyway, can Ghana do it? This is a great game, Ghana-Mali. We shall see how it goes. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below, and we'll see you at full time to see just how this one pans out. And of course, an eye in Madagascar-Chad. I'm telling you, Madagascar are going to win that.